Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, old and older. This is the Old Farts inaugural Week 1 stream of Season 7 in-house league play. My name is Riff Raff. I am super excited to be here, super excited to kick this off. Definitely repping Old Farts for the day. And with me casting is Sick Larry. Sick Larry, say hello to the folks at home.
Hello to the folks at home. Thanks, Riff Raff, for having me on. Really excited to be here for the first time with the Old Farts and to kick off season 7 with you.
Absolutely. Happy to have you here. We do have quite the lineup for you today, although I have to say we're a little behind in what's been happening around the league. Season 7, Week 1 league play has already kicked off. So we're underway. We're waiting to see what some of the first match results are of today being the first day of league play. As a reminder for everyone at home, league play happens on Fridays and Sundays, Friday nights and Sunday afternoons. The games are all pre-scheduled, so it's all based on your time slot, and some of those games have been completed. So we should see some reporting coming in soon, updating us on standings so far. We may not have graphics ready for you today, but we will certainly have the information for you as we get it. That being
Gotta have those
said,
graphics.
oh yeah, gotta have those graphics.
Yeah.
That being said, Larry, what are we looking forward to tonight?
Honestly, I'm just looking forward to seeing some good Old Farts action. We haven't really seen much of these teams so far. I got to tell you, I am most looking forward to all of the Emilio Estevez references that we can make. So that's what I'll be looking forward to the most. But other than that, just eager to see what these two teams have for us and to kick off season 7.
Excellent. Well, to kick off season 7, I'm looking over at my stat sheets now. It looks like we have Dunky Brewster as the home team against Brakefast Club, the visitors. A couple of interesting points to call out here. Resilient, the team captain of Dunky Brewster, has a solid defense game, loves calling out rotations, and he has patient player/reads. That's the information I was given about him. Interesting to go on there, considering he's also one of the lower level MMRs of his team. Not sure how that's going to come into play, but we do also know that their highest level player, Ritzy, coming in at 1604 MMR, loves knockout. So I don't know if that's going to translate to a lot of angry play today. I don't know. What are you thinking?
I actually was looking at the stat sheet earlier, and I actually thought that the fun facts for Dunky Brewster really point to a bit of a disadvantage. I'm really not so sure that knockout transfers well over to the game. I do think Resilient has some nice traits that he's listed here about himself, but, they say somebody who says they have a solid defense game, I'm not so sure that defense game may actually be solid at the end. So we'll see if he can live up to his own hype here.
That's an interesting point. Unfortunately, the sheet was altered a little bit, and I lost the stats on the second team, the
Myself as
Breakfast
well.
Club. Whoever just touched the sheet online, get your hands off. Undo that. We would love to see some stats about the opposing team, Breakfast Club. So far, all we can tell you is that Falcor coming in at the top rank at 1467 MMR combined for threes. Uh, we don't have the info now. It's been gone. So all right, moving on. Without knowing anything about our visitors, Larry, who are you predicting in this first round? And before you say, I'm actually going to mention predictions are open in Twitch chat. So if you get in there, you can throw your channel points together. Vote on who you think is going to win. Maybe win a couple channel points back. Maybe lose. Who knows? But Larry, who are you looking for?
I'm really looking for Falcor 13. I think that his love of turtles is going to come into play here. He's always talking about turtles, and he's also a former champion of the Season 4 Old Farts League. So, I do think that that's going to come into play. They have a slight MMR disadvantage, so we'll see if that is going to be a big factor today. But from my experience, MMR only gives you so much. Sometimes it's really that team synergy and the individual or the ability of the different players to work together that comes through in the end. So, I'm really looking to Brakefast Club to live up to the Emilio Estevez hype and bring it home for their team today.
Well, then I have to disagree with you and go straight over to my boys at Dunky Brewster. The Ritzy powerhouse is going to be the game maker. In my mind, this matchup is going to be won or lost by whether Ritzy shows up. And we're going to head down to the field in a moment, but I know that there was also a substitution late on this team. Old Man Waterfall was not originally on the lineup. Unfortunately, the original drafted member had to leave the league, but we have Old Man Flood coming in, so there's a bit of a wild card there. That being said, we are heading down to the field, so we're going to get set in the caster booth as the teams take their positions. We're just waiting. Yep, here they come. Ritzy's down there first as everybody joins, kicking off our first Week 1 stream, Rocket League Old Farts Season 7. Here we go.
All right, let's see who wins the opening kickoff here. Arlo brings it into the opposing quarter, but is quickly cleared out to the other side. Falcor tries to control it, but Ritzy with a good save to keep it out of his own net. Falcor with some good pressure early on. Arlo tries to bring it back down the other way, playing it out to Resilient, who's waiting in the midfield, but he cannot get a good touch on the ball. Ritzy Lums plays it across the middle again, but Blight finally clears it out.
It's interesting to see so far. We already had a demo in the initial seconds of this game, and I think a couple of people mentioned their love of demos. So there's another one, as I say it. So Resilient coming in hot, and it looks like a little bit of confusion now on the right side as Ritzy does collect the ball. Resilient comes in over the top. Not sure if there was a little team miscue there, a little miscommunication in chat, but the ball is high up over the blue net. Resilient looking to clear it out there as Dunky Brewster do start on the attack. Ritzy sending it forward, but easily cleared by Falcor, looking to get his team going in the opposite direction, but it looks like we're starting a game of ping pong.
Yeah, so far pretty back and forth. I really like what I'm seeing from Falcor's mechanics so far, but I really think it's going to come down to what the other players can do. I think it's a bit of a wash with our higher ranked players who, and a ball goes across the middle. Motive puts it away. I did just say that I think it's the other players, the perhaps lower MMR players, that might be the X factor today, and Motive Bowl coming through with some of his own mechanics. Really like that.
Definitely a good call, and with Motive taking control of that one, sending the score 1-0 with just over 3:30 to go, and his team is back on the attack as Blight centers. Unfortunate double commit there in the center of the field. Motive looking to get back here without boost, but Falcor doesn't have to make the save because Resilient kind of sends it off the side of the net there. Great opportunity, unfortunate miss on the shot.
Arlo tries to play it across the middle, but he can't make the connection. Ritzy's trying to play it back to Resilient, but Resilient's a little bit stuck on the wall. Motive with the quick transition down the other way. Puts it off the opposite corner. Light comes through with the flip, but he can't make contact. Ritzy is able to bring it back out of his own corner. Ball's a little bit loose in the midfield. Ritzy tries to control it with a nice flick down into the orange side. He's going to try to play it across the middle. It's open, but Arlo puts it back into the corner. Plays it across the middle. Gets a nice second touch. Resilience there, but he can't quite make contact. Ritzy Lums plays it in, and Falcor is able to clear the ball down to the other end.
I think that I'm seeing a bit of a dynamic here shaping out between Ritzy and Falcor, the two top MMR players of each of these teams. Orig and Blight are certainly contributing. Everybody's getting involved, which I love to see, especially in this league. But I'm seeing the Ritzy combination against Falcor is going to be, again, in my mind, the determining factor here. And you just saw Ritzy miss an unfortunate attempt at an air dribble, what might have been. But here play continues as Ritzy does try and collect it up the left side, gives it away to Motive, who bangs it deep. It's going to be a collection by Rig. Not sure. Oh, what a move past the opponent there. Great little backflip to touch it past there. Resilient has an open shot, but kind of sends it a little wide. Ritzy, easy clear, back into his own corner, collected by O-Rig. They're both up. A little bit of miscue. Doesn't phase Motive as he gets the great save off to the left side.
You know, I really think that Motive has been the X factor so far. He's been maybe playing above his rank at both ends of the field. Motive is a bit of a twos specialist. I've had a chance to play with him several times, and you know, when he does get into those threes matches, I think that his mechanics are a bit higher than what his MMR suggests it might be. So maybe a bit of an advantage for the Brakefast Club. Here we are today, as Marlowe tries to play it down.
I think. As you know, having those mechanics, especially from a twos lobby, translate really well into threes. Whereas I think, and you know, Twitch chat, you can agree or disagree with me, but having threes mechanics and threes rotation does not translate as well to a twos game. So you might have a good sleeper call on this one, Larry.
Well, as a Diamond 3 in threes and a Diamond 1 in twos, I can certainly confirm that observation of yours, Riff. I think the teams have settled down a bit. There's only 20 seconds left. Blue's going to have to make something happen here. Dunky Brewster trying to control the ball and Brakefast Club's end. Ritzy playing a slow play, but Motive's able to clear it out again. Keeps it down to the other side of the field. Is bouncing across Dunky Brewster's goal, and Blight's there to put it home on the opposite side.
That's going to be the nail in the coffin, I think. This game is in the books with only 5 seconds to go and a 2-0 scoreline. Great awareness by Blight to slam that one home. I'm actually going to call myself out because this might be a caster curse situation of me talking about Ritzy. But as the clock winds down, the ball is still up. It's not going to matter whatever happens here. This game is going to Brakefast Club. We're just waiting for it to all shake out. Ooh, and a nice goal by Resilient to end it.
Yeah. You know, that's going to be, it could be important to get one back there, get a little momentum. I really think Brakefast Club, I think the play from Motive was certainly the X factor in this game. You know, no disrespect to Falcor and Ritzy's mechanics, but you know, sometimes it's not the highest skilled player on the team that's gonna really be well. And you know, you see Motive actually is the MVP of this match, so you know, maybe he was even more impressive than I thought.
Yeah, you definitely called him as being the difference maker in that game, and boy, did it matter, because frankly, it was Motive that drove his team to victory. And again, I'm sorry, Ritzy, if you were listening to the stream before the game and I gave you too much pressure, because I saw you trying to do some stuff. I saw some air dribble attempts from the ground. I saw some flick and outplay attempts, but none of it was really working. Everybody was really on top of him. So perhaps Brakefast Club did a great job of scouting their opponents for this one. But either way, an interesting scoreline here as we go into game 2. I believe we're going to get ready for that in a moment. I'm just checking with our producers. It seems that we have a couple seconds to go. So I will say, Larry, what does Dunky Brewster need to do in this one to really pull out of the hole?
Well, I think they're going to need to get past that scouting report, like you just mentioned. You know, I did hear that Brakefast sent some scouts to Dunky Brewster's training camp, and that's probably where they were able to come up with their strategy today. You know, I think Dunky, for Dunky Brewster to get back into it, they're going to have to step it up a little bit. I think maybe some of the, you know, someone other than Ritzy is going to have to make a play.
All right, well, we have the teams on the field. We are getting ready for kickoff here. This is game 2 of 3, and it's a Motive and Resilient. Motive kind of muscling through the kickoff, but Ritzy able to collect in his backfield. Looking to do some fancy spins, sends it high in the mid. What's going to happen here as he collected again? No challenges so far. Finally, Motive steps up wearing his full purple champ regalia and getting a demo on the way back, clearing the net. What a play here by Brakefast Club from start to finish. I love this demo by Motive. Clears the middle, easy tap towards the center. Blight just knocks it home. What a play.
Ooh, you know,
all around.
You know, I may actually disagree with you that was an easy tap toward the center. Not only did he keep going through that demo, he put that back towards the middle at a very difficult angle. And again, you know, not only is I think Motive playing a little bit above his threes rank, just because I think his mechanics are a little bit better than the MMR would suggest. I think he's turned it on today. He ate his Wheaties this morning. There is something going on with Motive. He's really taking over this game. There's another shot by Motive. Puts it just a little bit too high, goes for the double tap, can't quite connect. Falcor plays it back towards the middle, but Arlo's there to put the ball back over to the side. Ball's floating dangerously in front of the blue net. Blight takes a shot, but Arlo's again there to make the block. Falcor goes up the wall, trying to put it back in the center for his team, but Ritzy's able to clear it out. Blight flies up, misses the challenge against Ritzy, but Falcor is able to clear it out. Resilient trying to start something for Punky Brewster here. He's going to have to do a little bit better than that if he wants to get by Motive, though.
You know, I'm watching this carefully, and I'm starting to see a pattern as Ritzy does a great job of controlling that ball off the ceiling. I'm starting to see a pattern that it looks like the Brakefast Club team is getting to the ball faster. And I don't know if this is maybe the difference in rank between Ritzy and the rest of his team, if that disparity is just they're playing at different speeds and different styles, so it's hard to read each other, and maybe that'll get fleshed out later in the season. But it certainly seems like the Brakefast Club team is 1, 2, 3, touch, go, hit the ball, move in, somebody else is there. You can already see Blight rotating in as Resilient was just waiting for the ball to drop. So I think you have a faster team against a slower team overall here, and that's creating the scoreline, even though it is now 1-1 with 3 to go. As I say that, it's back into the Dunky Brewster corner. Ritzy sending it far, but no one's there for the follow-up. Resilient trying to get to the ball. He does get there and beats Blight on a good 50. Tries to tap it in again. Is he going to get a flick going? No, he slow plays his opponent. Ritzy, great shot high and wide, unfortunately. Could have been really dangerous there. And Obrig diving into the corner. Excellent play to keep the ball alive. That's the kind of play we want to see from him, is those pressure pushes. As Ritzy, tries to take it himself. Interesting idea to jump backwards at that ball, but doesn't really get it going. His teammate Resilient does get him the ball back. We have a flick here. It's high. It's, cleared away by Falcor. Great play on the defensive zone.
Starting to see a lot more offensive pressure from Punky Brewster. Ritzy seems to be trying to put this team on his back here. We got about 2 minutes left. Ritzy puts another one on goal. Blight with a little bit of a whiff. Falcor might be there to clear it up, but it's still awkward. Motive able to get the challenge and clear the ball down at the other end of the field. Ritzy going for the backboard shot again. Puts it back up again for his team. Arlo tries to get a touch, but he can't quite do it. Resilient with a difficult shot. Trying to keep the ball in the danger zone, but Brakefast Club able to clear it back down to the other end of the field, out of the danger zone.
Well, as the ball comes back in, a couple of whiffs back and forth from both teams, perhaps trying to outread each other. But the ball is high and back into the center. It's an open net, own goal. Unfortunate. Falcor could just kind of force that one. Gets the touch up high, and then Ritzy and it looks like Arl O'Rig came together and sort of pinched it past their teammate. An unfortunate turn of events for Dunky Brewster if they want to come back in this one. They still have 1:15 to go, and they do. Oh no, they give up the kickoff. Blight takes it over. It's in front of the net. Motive, he's up, but he doesn't put it in. A very close attempt there. Falcor with a great angle shot, real close to the net, does, and they have the insurance goal.
Falcor doing his best to take some unexpected shots. I think going back to that goal number 2, it may have appeared lucky, but I think sometimes when you hit a shot that your opponent does not read or is not expecting, you can kind of create opportunities for yourself that maybe you weren't even calculating yourself. As I say that, Ritzy with a very nice air dribble off the wall, trying to make something happen for his team. Resilient keeps it in the corner. He's going to try to play across the center. Falcor is able to clear it out, though. Motive trying to bring the ball back up the field. Motive's mechanics seem to be maybe faltering a bit. I think he came out really pumped up, really ready to play in game 1, and Game 2 seems to have settled down a bit, but might be a little bit too late for Punky Brewster to come back here. There's only 30 seconds left. Definitely seen crazier things happen in Rocket League, but not when
Oh.
Falcor is going to come through and score another uncontested goal for Brakefast Club.
An unfortunate misplay here in the backfield. Resilient did send it up, but Ritzy, I think, was just a little too far across the net, knew he was out of position and could not get back for that one. A real shame that that might be the end of this game, depending on what happens in the next 20. I'm not very hopeful for Ritzy and Dunky Brewster. This Brakefast Club has oh my, another misplay in net, and Motive Bowl puts another one home past O-Rig this time. I think I've seen 3 plays now where the defender was not at the back post. If you watch anybody's videos on YouTube, ladies and gentlemen, make sure to watch Waiton's video about back post rotations, because he will tell you you must rotate back post.
You know, I got that same advice myself in another twos league that I was playing in, and it definitely improved my game. Brakefast Club's going to take game 2. Honestly, it almost, you know, I can't confirm this, but it really looks to me like Brakefast Club may have spent some time scrimming. Maybe they have gotten a chance to play together. I see some confusion on the side of Dunky Brewster. You know, the mechanics are certainly there, but you know, to your point that you made earlier about Brakefast Club looking like the faster team, you know, sometimes in threes, that can certainly seem to be the case, when in actuality, it's really the rotations that are better. When the rotations are on point, that car just keeps showing up. You can't get it by him. Every time you do, there's another car flying right up next to it. So, you know, that's what I'm seeing today. Brakefast Club just seems to have a little bit better synergy than Punky Brewster.
That's a good
Dunky
point about
Brewster.
the rotations. I could definitely see that being the case as well. But I also want to say they figured Ritzy out. He's had a number of solo play opportunities that really could have turned into something, but they ended up with him giving the ball away because he either ran out of boost or because the other team waited him out. They were patient. They didn't just charge in and let him outplay them. So they're really figuring him out. I do want to take a moment and actually pause, mention a couple of Twitch chat moments here. The bad guy, you can get an Old Farts t-shirt just like this one if you show up at one of the LAN events. That's where we've been giving most of them out. So if you're going to Worlds in Dallas, and by the way, that's happening in mid-August, that's happening in mid-August. If you're going there, you will get a t-shirt, and make sure you're there for that fun. Oh, I'm being told we are joining the game a little bit early, so we're going to hop into the caster booth. We will get to some of the other announcements later. No problems, but here we go with game 3 of 3. As a reminder, these are 3-game series, not best of series. So we play all 3 games all season long to make sure everybody gets their stats as high as possible. And Ritzy, a nice quick shot there. Resilient not able to get the follow-up. Falcor clears it out, but it's open for O-Rig. Touching it back to his own net. Dangerous play, but gets it away from trouble as the rest of his team does take over. And a great dunk by Resilient, sending it middle for Ritzy. Can he get the shot? Yes! It's in, and they're on top for the first time. 4:30 on the clock.
You know, this is the first really critical mistake I think we've seen from Motive. He tried to keep that ball on the corner and almost looked like he was maybe trying to hit a more powerful clear across his own goal. But, you know, as a former soccer player myself, you know, that is one of the first things you learn. You do not play the ball across your own goal unless you're absolutely sure it's going to be safe. So, critical mistake from Motive. We'll see if he can bring it back as he tries to bring it out of his own end. Tries to get a air dribble over O-Rig, but can't quite make it happen. Falcor waiting patiently in net for the easy shot from O-Rig, but he gets a nice little pass across the center. Ritzy can't get the second touch. Almost one of the best goals we've seen today. Falcor bringing it out of his own corner here. Definitely has the air dribbles. Can't quite get the last touch over to his teammate, though, as Dunky Brewster tries to bring it out of their own end.
Well, it's back into their end as Motive pops it high. Ritzy with boost, able to get there, but now not sure what's going to happen next. Falcor takes over, possible double attempt. Resilient misses. Orig, great stop on the low 50, and Motive can't follow it up, perhaps trying to do a little too much on his own there, but still, good attempt. As a great, an unfortunate block, what would have been a great pass across the field to his partner, as it's now a 2v1 scenario. Possible demo, yes, there it is, and an easy touch-in for Ritzy. Amazing awareness by Orig to pop that ball high, stay forward, and get that demo to clear the way for his partner. This Dunky Brewster team has just woken up.
Yeah, they do not want to get swept. That was a textbook demo play. Really impressive. Really like what I'm seeing from Dunky Brewster in this game. If they can bring this into their next few series, they're going to be a difficult team to beat. I do think that having Ritzy with that really high MMR is something that they will need to lean on for the rest of the season. But, if they can keep this kind of performance up and sort of negate the, maybe cobwebs that they were shaking off in the first couple of games, they're going to be a team to reckon with this season.
For sure. Meanwhile, with game still going on, 2:44 left in gameplay. Resilient up to just touch this down to his partner. Orig looking for a potential air dribble, but beaten by Falcor. Does he have enough boost to get there? No, he's going to leave it. Ritzy taking control back in the corner. A little bit of confusion with Resilient. They give up the ball in the corner. Nobody's after it. Perhaps a little communication miscue as well. Orig does center. And it's back and forth again as we cross the center. Ritzy tries to fake out Blight. I know that's why he was waiting, even though he had no boost. Didn't work that time, but he also gets back in time for the save.
Yeah, Ritzy just able to just clear it off his line there. That was an interesting sequence there. As you said, it was pinging back and forth around the midfield. No team was really able to get control until that ball squirted through somehow. But again, Ritzy able to make that save. Ball's back down on the orange end. Ritzy's going to go for an air dribble with a clever little flick. Orig tries to keep it in, but now it's a little bit of a dangerous situation. Motive able to clear it off his line. A little bit of a dangerous touch, but Blight's able to follow it up, following the miss by Dunky. Resilient plays it over to the wall. Ritzy's going to try to take it up, maybe perhaps do a solo play. Brings it over the middle. Falcor is there. Orig with the free shot. Can't quite get it on goal. Right off the crossbar. Dunky keeps the 2-goal lead.
Well, it's back in Dunky's end now as Orig trying to clear it away. It's a bit of a whiff. Lots of whiffs. Everybody missing. Ritzy sends it high. Can't keep up with it, though. Falcor doesn't get the angle he needs. Oh, some unfortunate double commits that almost result in an own goal. And we have another patented Ritzy solo play attempt, but he misses. And it's back into their zone as Falcor bangs it off the backboard. His teammates not able to collect, and it's a wide open net for Ritzy. He's not, he's going to pass it to Orig, who almost missed it. Orig turned away at the last second, not expecting the pass from Ritzy, able to compose himself, get back in with the tightest angle I've ever seen.
That's a calculated pass if I've ever seen one. Glad they were able to get around on that one. Would have certainly been a interesting miss. But Dunky Brewster definitely more dominant here in Game 3. And like I said, I really think this is sort of what you may have predicted, Riff, was that Dunky Brewster's MMR advantage may have proven a bigger factor had they been able to find that team synergy earlier. Only 20 seconds left. I don't know that Brakefast Club's going to be able to bring it back here for the sweep as Orig gets the good air challenge and keeps it in the Brakefast Club end. Ritzy's going to go for a little double tap here to finish it out, but can't quite make the connection. Blight with the little whiff to end the match, but Dunky Brewster able to get one game back.
Well, I love seeing Dunky Brewster come back in the series to at least take one game. You're absolutely right, and I think we're echoing each other in this, that Dunky really does have the advantage with the MMR on paper. However, the synergy was not there for the first two games. If they came out of the gate strong, this could have been a totally different series. But amazing to see both teams. My big takeaway from this is the rotation and synergy that you mentioned in Breakfast Club. Aside from that, when Ritzy started getting comfortable, you could see his play changed from quick, let me go touch the ball, to let me control the ball. Those are my two takeaways. But what are some of yours from that matchup?
It's that synergy. That synergy followed by, Motive's kind of dominant performance in game one. Wasn't quite as dominant in game two, but Motive came ready to play today. He very clearly ate his Wheaties, like I said. He was on point in all, definitely the first two games. Fell off a little bit in game three, but with that synergy and Motive kind of playing perhaps above his MMR, I think it was going to be a tough series for Dunky the whole time.
Well, we shall see how they continue into the season. Remember, this is only week one, and this was only match one. Quick reminders for those of you watching. If you've just joined us, welcome. This is the Rocket League Old Farts first week stream of our Season 7 in-house league. And a couple quick updates. If you throw an exclamation point Discord into Twitch chat, you'll get the link to our Discord community. We have over 3,500 members strong and growing. We would love to have you be a part of us if you're not already. And if you are, help us out. Let us do more of this. Become a Patreon. Exclamation point Patreon gets you the membership information for the Patreon, so you can help support these streams, events that we're doing, all kinds of stuff. Did I mention we have over 60 people going to Worlds in Dallas? And then lastly, if you want to help out with the streams at all, we love having new people come in. We will train you up. I believe Larry mentioned this was his first stream with RLOF. So glad to have him. Glad to have you as well. If you want to come hang out, message me on Discord at Riffraff. I'm happy to take you through. We are going to get set up for the next match, but before we do, we have a couple words for our sponsors, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Juliet, you got a great pair of legs.
You are about to enter a world where the unexpected.
Many dangers exist on Arrakis.
Save 25% on all jeans. Now at Montgomery Ward.
That's always been nothing. It's a great pair of legs.
The man.
KL Records presents an 80s masterpiece. Big G makes the heart go.
I'm all out of love. I'm so lost without you. I know you were right, believing for so long. I'm all out of love. What am I without you? I can't be too late to say that I was so wrong.
His greatest hits, like
Lady in red is dancing with me.
his big hit,
Wherever you go, whatever you do, I will be right here waiting for you.
these and many more made Big G a superstar in the world of music. Who could forget its #1 bromance hit with Trenton?
This love I have inside, and I'll give it all to you. My endless love.
Get Big G makes the heart go "Bah!" at a store near you.
Unity and burgers so nice. Unity and tacos so nice.
Welcome back, everyone. We hope you enjoyed the ad spots as you flipped through the channels of the 80s. We got plenty more coming for you throughout the entire season, so make sure you tune in every stream. There's always going to be a couple tricks up our sleeve. But we are back, and we are ready to get into our second matchup of the night. Larry, give us the rundown.
Well, first, I just want to say, we saw in that ad break that Big G gets the juices flowing, and I just want to confirm that for all of our viewers, Big G absolutely gets my juices flowing. So they are flowing right now. But let me scroll down and take a look at our next teams. We got Uptown Girl and Sexual Wheelin. And, it looks like we've got a pretty even matchup on our hands. I did have the opportunity to meet some of the Sexual Wheelin players at the LA LAN. So, we'll be looking to see if their amazing personalities can match their amazing gameplay on the field today. But, I really don't know too much about these teams other than that. I do understand that verbose rhetoric he really enjoys using big words, and I can agree with that. I'm definitely a guy that likes to use big words just as often as I can, just to make it known how big my vocabulary is. So we'll see if I can live up to verbose rhetoric's expectations today. But how about you? What are your expectations? I don't know if you know these teams a little bit better than I do.
Well, yeah, okay. I have a little bit of info for you in that case. First of all, no one can live up to verbose rhetoric's expectations because he expects everyone to play on US West servers, and we know how that goes over. Verbose, I'm looking at you, pal. And I will also say that on the Sexual Wheelin team, Rainey is one of our Twitch team members, so I kind of have to immediately put my vote in for Sexual Wheelin to take this game, regardless of the paper, regardless of the stats. That's where my heart is. I gotta say it. So I'm rooting for Sexual Wheelin. Twitch chat, you can take whoever you want. That's who I'm going with. Forget the stats, forget the scoreline. Go Rainey, go Twitch team.
Trying to decide between Billy Joel and Marvin Gaye, and it's a really difficult decision. Given that you're going the Sexual Wheelin route, I think I'm going to have to go with Uptown Goal. Again, don't know too much about these teams, but my initial prediction in the first game certainly panned out based on my musical preferences. So I'm going to have to go with it again here. I'm going to say Uptown Goal is going to take this next series.
All right, well, let's see who is right. We are going to have the players take the field in just a second as we get set up for match 2 of week 1, our Friday night streams with Rocket League Old Farts. I don't know what else to say other than hell yeah, as kickoff begins with, I believe it's going to be Succulent Sal against Verbose Rhetoric. By the way, Verbose already put in stream chat, in Twitch chat, that he has a built-in excuse if they lose because these matches are being played on US East servers. I think that's a pretty lame excuse if you need to use it before the games even start. But he comes in with a shot, easily sent away by Sal. Chris, a great send over the top middle to beat the defender there. Rambus, looks like a little confusion there. Not much boost to get back to that ball. But Rainey gets beat on the side there. Chris sends it back deep, goes for the bump, gets one of them. Verbose is out of the play. But Rainey's by herself in the backfield. Kurt has a double attempt, triples, but no shot. And it's back on net in confusion, finally out to the corner.
Sexual Wheelin tries to keep it in the other end of the field. Rainey tries to control it, but unable to bring it back down to the orange side. RL Azul takes another nice shot on goal, but Kurt's able to make the save.
A great touch.
Who do you think's the more dominant team so far?
Honestly, that's hard to say. It's been a little too early, but the demos have been flying. I want to say I'm giving the edge to Sexual Wheelin here, who've been getting a few more coordinated attacks going. It hasn't been as much tic-tac-toe that it has been, all right, let's pass, shoot. Let's bump out of the play rather than just because someone's in front of us. So we have a good sense that Sexual Wheelin is going to take this game if that continues, but you never know. Anything can happen. Meanwhile, Kurt seems to be having, let's see, Oh, no, Kurt left it. He went for the bump. There is also, oh yeah, a lot of chants in Twitch chat, as I'm being told by our production staff. Rainwater, let's go Rainwater. Yes, Crispy Dad going for RL Azul, also Chris. So a lot of people root for Sexual Wheelin'. And I believe, yes, I'm also being told, unfortunately, we have lost Larry in game. So we're going to continue to just give you the play-by-play here as we get our first goal by Succulent Sal. It's a big clear downfield, missed by everybody left and right. Kurt Rambis unfortunately taps it into his own net, and kind of the weirdest first goal ever, but hey, who's going to complain about it? They're up 1-0 with 2:40 to go. Chris does send it high over the mid. It's back into the Sexual Wheelin' half. Succulent gives it away, looking for a little bit of control. Rambis, nice attempt there on the double, but a little too wide of a shot. Definitely needs to settle down, get his shots on net. Wild Hog misses the ball, unfortunately. I believe, actually, Wild Hog used to be dead, and I forget his name now. Something about dead, Grateful Dead, something or other, that wasn't really a fan of the Grateful Dead, because he was the captain of my team in the previous season that I played, Dead and Company. Oh, I need to stop talking because Succulent Sal just added to the scoreboard in a proper goal. Great touch over to Chris and a pass back to the middle. What a team play by Sal and Chris, back and forth through the center, throwing off their entire opponent's team. We're getting some other chats in Twitch here. Larry is sick. Larry is sick. Definitely very sick of Larry. As Rambis takes control of this ball, we're back on the right side with Rainey, sending it forward off the back wall. Almost put on net by Sal, but Chris able to control it again. Uptown goal has been on the back foot the entire time, and I don't know if it's a communication issue. I don't know if it's a team chemistry issue. I think there was actually some confusion on the half of Sexual Wheelin' of who was going to play today. So it's really looking pretty good as far as who's on the field and vibing well together. Rainey, great touch to beat the opponent, gets demoed, but it was sacrificial and worked because it's in their opponent's corner. Verbose does power through with his interesting car choice there, I have to say. Chris sending it, no, gets dunked on. It's back on the right side for Sexual Wheelin'. Verbose sends it high over Rainey, but Succulent able to clear it. Does get another touch away and starts the offensive push. Good clear by Verbose to get it away from Sal, their top MMR player. Wild Hog, a little confused in midfield, kind of staying under the ball, not really helping as Succulent gets another demo on Verbose. It seems Verbose is either getting demoed or giving the demos the entire time. Larry wants you to know he says hi to everyone. He's currently unable to log back in, but we're going to give it as much time as we need. Sal, on the other hand, not giving the opponents any time. Uptown goal being on the defensive almost this entire game, and another passing play with Chris. What an unbelievable back and forth these two have had for the past two goals. It's been give and go central with these two taking control of their team. And another save at the goal line by Sal, clearing the ball. This is a dominant victory for Sexual Wheelin'. Larry, are you back in the booth? Oh, unfortunately, still no. Larry is still not back in. I wanted to get his thoughts on even not being able to see this, but just hearing the crazy plays here by Succulent, Sal, and Chris. You can see the scoreboard now. 3 goals, 2 assists for Chris on those last 2. What a back and forth play. Love seeing that team chemistry. And Larry, I see we do have you. Is everything okay?
Well, I'm okay. You can hear me all right, right?
Yes, we can hear you fine.
Okay. Well, this is why they tell you don't play on PS4. because stuff like this happens. That's why they call us console plebs. I did get word I might have been trying to join the wrong match, which is interesting because I thought I was already in. But let me give it another try here, and we'll see if we can get myself back into the game. Here we go.
Well,
Looks like I just needed to go ahead.
Oh, no, I was going to say we will let you figure that out while we go to Twitch chat, because there are a couple of complaints about the predictions. Hugsy, you had one job. No, I'm kidding. We love you. Thank you so much for joining in and doing that for us. I see the predictions are up now, so I want to let the predictions run for a minute before we get to game 2, because it's really going to be a question of Uptown goal coming back. Do they hit the reset button, or is Sexual Wheelin just running away with it at this point? Now, I know you didn't get to see much of it, Larry, but based on what you were hearing, what do you think Uptown goal needs to do, if anything, to stop this very dominant offense on Sexual Wheelin?
It sounds to me like when you're facing a lot of pressure, when you are trying to handle some superior mechanics, you got to fall back on your rotations. I really think if they can tighten up the synergy, just like we saw with Brakefast Club, I think that is what's going to win them the game, or at least get them to come back a little bit in game 2.
Well, we're going to see if that pans out, and I would trust Sick Larry over most. He does work for U.S. Soccer, so you know he knows team play. That said, I also need to make an apology. Apparently, I got someone's name wrong. Fallen Justice calling me out. It's Warhog, not Wild Hog. My apologies. Thank you for the correction. I will try and stay on top of that. As we are, I think, ready to get back to the field, we're just waiting for everybody to show up in game, and we will get the teams going momentarily. The teams have been given the notification to join. We are heading to the field. This is game 2 of 3, currently a 1-0 series lead for Sexual Wheelin off of a 3-0 win. What is Uptown goal going to do to answer?
Well, they're going to win the kickoff right off the bat. Rainwater able to get a nice clear down the other end of the field. And I got to tell you, this is way more fun when I can actually watch the game. So we're already off to a great start. Succulent Sal goes up to the wall. Can't quite get a touch with the ball, though. Puts it dangerously in front of the blue net, but able to clear it back out to the corner. Succulent Sal again goes up for it, but ends up putting it back down the other way. Warhog with a good little touch over the defender, but then again, right cleared back down the other end of the field. Sexual Wheelin. Really, you know, I can see what you're talking about. Sexual Wheelin seems much faster, much more organized. Really going to have trouble if Uptown goal wants to try to come back. I don't know if my prediction's going to pan out here, Riff.
Ooh, especially with a save like that. Sal, at the last second, clearing it out of his own net with Verbose hot on the trail of that ball, looking for his first goal of this series. Denied by the most succulent of Kiwi wheels on Sal's car. The play is back up the wall. A lot of midfield possession here. Rambus looking to beat. He does. Rambus with a beautiful little pop jump over his opponent to get the first goal of Uptown goal. And they're on the board 1-0.
That was a great little angle Rambus was able to play there. Really like that solo effort. Almost seemed like Sexual Wheelin was playing the cross when Rambus was able to put a shot on goal. Arl Azul wins the air challenge, but it puts it right to Verbose Rhetoric, who clears it back down the other end of the field. Warhog's going to chase it into the corner, tries to put a cross across the field. Arl Azul able to collect it easily in the corner. Rainwater trying to take it upfield solo, but brings it right into the waiting wheels of Warhog, who tries to keep it in the attacking third, but again, Succulent Sal able to make the play and clear it back down the other end of the field.
Oh, and what a play by Sal, trying to bump out the defense there. Unfortunately, the ball just didn't make it onto net, but it was a great job clearing the goalie from being able to do anything about it, and then gets back on defense. This man is everywhere, and gets the touch off of his own for the goal. What in the world? You got to see this replay. He gets the clear off to the left, and gets the touch on net here in midfield. I don't know what's happening. This guy cannot be stopped. Uptown goal was ahead, but frankly, at this point, I'm worried that that might just be the most demoralizing thing they see this game. And will they be able to hang on?
I really think the way this game is going, they will be. I think that was maybe a little bit of a miscue on the part of Uptown goal. I think they didn't quite expect that shot to come so easily from Succulent Sal. He hasn't shown up too much until this game here, and if he keeps making touches like that, it's going to surprise Uptown goal, and they might have a difficulty keeping their lead. Well, the lead's already gone, so we'll see if they can bring it back again.
I'm sorry, Larry, I have to interrupt here because we have a PSA that I've just been notified about. I need everyone to pinch their left arm and confirm that they are not Scrizzy. I need everyone to pinch their left arm and confirm that they are not Scrizzy. We know that Succulent Sal is not Scrizzy because he was focused on that play 100%.
Wow.
Gets a weird angle touch to put it to the back of the net and puts his team up 2-1.
Sal really making me eat my words here. I think I may need to walk back some of my earlier comments. Maybe when I thought it was not calculated, it turned out to be calculated after all. But Rainwater tries to bring it up the wall and get a little air dribble for herself. She's unable to do so. Succulent Sal up again, trying to continue his domination here in game 2. Goes for the bump. Nice bump on Verbose. Leaves an open shot.
Oh, what a save!
Aurel Azul not able to get it past the defender. Ball's played across back up the middle.
That was quite a save there in his own net. And I am going to say Warhog, not Wild Hog, because in game his name is Warhog. There you go, Fallen Justice. But yeah, what a save in his own net to prevent that one from extending the lead of Sexual Wheelin. Unfortunate miss there by Rainwater off her own back wall, but the ball is again going back and forth. A bit of some, ping pong play here as Chris up does get the touch. Can he do anything with it? No, he doesn't have enough boost to continue the play. And Verbose, off a great demo, not able to get the ball on net. He had the open net and couldn't send it home. I'm sorry for hating Verbose, but that's just sad to see. I feel for you.
Yeah, it's a tough one. Verbose seems to be just short on a lot of these mechanical plays he's trying to make. I can see the effort, I can see the skill, but just can't seem to quite put it together. As Rainwater again with a nice clear. Seems to be playing more of the role of third man today, or third woman. Able to really keep the ball too far out of Sexual Wheelin's end here. And again, trying to collect it on her side of the field. Gets a good 50, able to clear it back into her own corner where Aurel Azul is waiting, takes it up the wall. Only 10 seconds left there, but a dangerous ball in front of the blue net. Verbose can't quite get it through. Rainwater with a huge save. And that may do it. If the ball touches the ground here, that's going to spell the end for Uptown goal, and it does. Sexual Wheelin takes the second game of the series as well. And it looks like my prediction at the beginning of the series is not going to pan out, Riff.
Well, I knew the whole time that Sexual Wheelin was taking this one. That was always apparent to me. But I do have to give Rainwater the credit there. She just won the game for her team. That save would have, if not happening for her, that would have put it into overtime and then anybody's guess. So I know Sal was a beast on the field, but that was the clutch moment of the game. You hear the, I can't do the highlight sound from a certain televised network because we can't say that here, but you know what I'm thinking of. That's in the highlight reel. That being said, it is a dominant showing from Sexual Wheelin. It is a clear victory, 2 games to none. We still have a third game to play, so we're going to want to see Uptown goal come out of it, just like we did in the previous series. But now that you've really seen the whole game, we didn't lose you on this one. What are your takeaways? What is Uptown goal going to do differently?
Well, honestly, I didn't see much in that game that made it seem like they're going to be able to bring it back. They had that one goal. It felt like they had a chance to come out of their shell a little bit and Sexual Wheelin just came back and dominated them. I will say, I think Rainwater's performance here, similar to Motive's that we saw in the previous series, I really think that that's going to be the X factor. You know, sometimes those two high MMR players will sort of be a wash. And, you know, when a lower MMR player can make a big play, that's how they're going to win the game.
Well, I am going to give Uptown Goal a little bit of advice, and that is make your shots. There were a number of times they had open net opportunities that were just not banged in. They could have been up 4-2 on that game, but we'll see if they're able to get that sorted out as we are heading down to the field to watch Game 3 of 3, the Sexual Wheelin versus Uptown Goal Week 1 series on Rocket League, Old Farts News Network, Twitch TV.
Yeah, that's a bold take. You know, make your shots. That is some good advice. You know, I'll quote John Madden here, and I'll make a little bit of a prediction. I think the team that scores more goals is going to be the team that wins this game. So, more advice from us: score more goals than your opponent. There's a good chance you're going to win.
You're not wrong.
I try to be with my bold takes. Verbose is going to try to control the ball near the midfield. Can't quite get the touch I think he wanted there, and lucky that his teammates able to collect the ball on their end of the field. Arla Azul and Verbose go for an air challenge. Arla Azul is able to put it under Verbose. Rainwater able to keep the ball on the orange end as Succulent Sal comes up to support. And a great challenge from Arla Azul to keep the ball on the orange side. We're going to see if there's a shot here. Succulent Sal can't quite get it past Verbose. So some good defending coming here from Uptown. We'll see if they can keep it up for the rest of the game.
Well, I do like some of the 50s that I'm seeing, but Rainey has been really on the spot and proving it right there, getting up to the ceiling on this ball, beating Verbose with speed, and gently dropping the ball in front of Arl Azul Chris for the easy tap-in on a wide-open left half of the net. Great play by Rainey, getting her team up in this standing. Oh, an unfortunate kickoff miss that Sal is able to take advantage of, but Rambus realizes his teammate whiffed a little bit and gets there in time. And oh, what a save by Rainwater, but the net's still open. Sal able to clear it away to the right side. A bit of an intense series there as Uptown Goal really putting the pressure on for the first time this game. Big boom here by Verbose, going for the double, does get it, but it's not on target. And it's cleared again as Rainwater, sacrificial lamb for the moment, gets demoed for her trouble.
Yeah, I think the name of the game so far has been the 50s. Both teams have controlled parts of this game so far, and it's been the team that it seems to be winning the 50s. So we'll see if that continues. Arla Azul tries to put it across, but can't get by the two orange defenders he was trying to get by. Verbose collects it in his own end, clears it well down the field. Succulent Sal tries to keep it out, but Verbose makes a dangerous little play towards the goal. Ball rolls up the corner harmlessly, though, as Rainwater is able to clear it back down the other end of the field. You know, I still really like what I'm seeing from Rainwater. The biggest thing about her play today is she doesn't seem to be making any mistakes. I haven't seen a single whiff. I haven't seen a single miscue from Rainwater, and so far that seems to be the difference.
Yeah, she definitely has been there for her team, and in a lot of different types of situations, not just as a shooter or a passer or a goalie. She's been running the gamut. Sal unfortunately overshoots that ball. He's been the playmaker, though, as this team has been pushing Uptown Goal's buttons the entire series. That said, Uptown Goal trying to get out of their zone. No, Chris sends it back in. It's back to the wall. A little bit of a miss there, but everybody's following up on it. It's back and forth in the orange corner. Sal looking to maybe pass to his team in the middle. Oh, an interesting back and forth play there. I think nobody was expecting that one. And a great dunk by Rambus. He's got an open net opportunity, but he's too far past the ball to do anything with it. Great speed there by Verbose, setting up his team, who misses. Unfortunately, Warhog sliding by there in the air. Rambus looking for a spinny touch. showing off the skills a little bit, but it doesn't do anything as, again, it's back into the center looking for someone to gain an edge, but everyone just seems to be touching the ball, giving it away, banging it away. Oh, and an unfortunate miss by Verbose on the defensive side leaves the net open, and the ball just dribbles in as Chris gets a goal, and Warhawk not able to react in time.
You know what I'm seeing right now from Sexual Wheelin is I think they're able to continue dominating right now because the pressure seems to have come off. They seem to be content to sit back, try to preserve their lead. There was a couple opportunities that it seemed like Uptown was going to have a chance on goal, and each time the third man on the side of Sexual Wheelin was able to easily keep the ball out. I think it speaks a little bit to what I was saying before about 50s coming through, but we'll see if Uptown can make a game of this here in the last 45 seconds. Still in their end. Warhog's going to try to bring it back out. Gets it by Succulent Sal, but RL Azul collects it in his own corner. Rambus tries to put it across the middle, but again, Sal able to keep it out. The ball's back down on the other end of the field. Ball's flying dangerously up in the middle of the orange goal. Succulent Sal's going to put this one away. And Riff, I'm going to make another bold prediction. As the team that has thus far scored more goals than their opponent, I think Sexual Wheelin might be looking at the sweep here.
You know, it's hard to argue with that logic. You're truly a wise man amongst
Expert
wise
analysis.
men.
Expert.
Absolutely. We're definitely bringing this one back for the finals, let me tell you. Succulent Sal, though, looking to pad to the stat line, keeping his team on the attack. 15 seconds to go. Can Uptown Goal just make something happen? Let's see a goal. Let's see a really good attempt at least, but it seems like no challenge here as the clock winds down and Sexual Wheeling is getting the sweep. The entire sweep on Uptown Goal, 3-0 in the series.
You know, it felt like Uptown was in it the whole time, but even as they were in the game, they just couldn't generate anything. You know, the whole series, again, my apologies as a console pleb, I did miss that first game, but the only goal that I saw from Uptown Goal did not feel like it was a big-time goal where they were dominating the series or dominating the sequence. You know, I don't want to say it was lucky, but just sort of got a fortunate goal. But, you know, I do want to say congrats to Sexual Wheelin, a very dominating performance. They're definitely going to be a team we all need to look out for in this Friday night league. And I'm definitely looking forward to seeing them in their next matchup.
Yeah, you saw the winner screen pop up there. Again, congrats to Sexual Wheelin on this series. Congrats to, I believe it was Brakefast Club in the previous series as well for their win. A wonderful week 1 Friday night stream with our first gameplay of season 7. And already you can see some really interesting team dynamics and some great synergy in rotations and passing plays and some confusion that needs to get figured out. Perhaps there's a long season to go, but I'm really excited to see where the rest of it does end up going with these teams. We'll certainly be following them in the standings and from week to week. I will also say a big thank you to the production team for this stream, getting everybody set up the right way so that we could bring you this content. And thank you everyone in Twitch chat for hanging out with us, as well as reminders. If you're not a member of the Discord, Rocket League Old Farts, hit us up on Discord. That's where we hang out. We have games literally 24/7 because we have people all over the world. And if you're not a Twitch subscriber, use your Prime sub if you're an Amazon member. If not, subscribe to us anyway. Get all of the content that we provide every week, every streamed game, and every wonderful cast with Sick Larry. Larry,
Well,
thank you very much
Riff.
for joining us. Anytime, pal. Thank you very much for joining us for this, your first streamed matchup with RLOF. Give us some closing thoughts, my friend.
Well, you know, I'll just tack on to what you said about the server. You know, if you are watching this and you haven't joined Rocket League Old Farts, for me personally, I think I joined the server about a year ago and totally changed the way I play Rocket League. It took it from a very solo sort of game, you know, not really being able to find many friends. And now I feel like I have a whole community out there. So, as far as the series today, I'm really looking forward to seeing what these teams can bring back. I like the synergy that I saw from both Sexual Wheelin and the other team that won today. So
Breakfast Club. Yep.
we'll Breakfast Club, yeah, the Emilio Estevez fan club. So, hopefully we see that more throughout the season. And just want to say thanks once again for having me on, Riff.
You're very welcome. Again, big thanks to everyone involved in putting this together. A big thanks to you out there watching. My name is Riff Raff. You've been watching the Old Farts News Network's production of Week 1, Season 7 streams. Have a great night, everybody.